This is a low-cal IPA. Can it be any good? Well, we'll find out.
Did you know there was once going to be a U.S. Department of Beer? I can't say that's a good idea, but I sure wouldn't mind being the Secretary of Hops.
He's Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Warwick Farm's Brewing Company in Jamison, PA for What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Makers, powered by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. Download the app. By Visit Bucks County. We are open. Travel responsibly. Follow the Bucks County Ale Trail. Go to visitbuckscounty.com/ale trail to get your passport. By the Craft Beer Trail of Greater Philadelphia. 5 counties, 90+ breweries, and 1,000+ craft beers. And by Conshohocken Brewing Company, now shipping beer to all of Pennsylvania at conchiexpress.com.
This holiday season, where will you find yourself? Celebrating tradition or crafting your own? From awakening awe to igniting the night. Spend the holidays in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Hey, welcome to What's Brewing, along with beer expert Joe Sixpack. I'm beer drinker Glen Macnow. We have a great show for you today from Warwick Farm Brewing. Beautiful place up here in Bucks County, part of the Bucks County Ale Trail, which we're very excited to be involved with this year. During the holiday season, they remind you that they are open, all the Bucks County Ale Trail. If you want to travel responsibly, follow the Bucks County Ale Trail. Go to visitbuckscounty.com/ale trail to get your passport. All right. You and I always begin with our beer swap, and this was your idea, and I don't like it at all.
All right, it was my lame brain idea, but you know, these are becoming so popular, these low-cal beers for the active beer drinker, so to
Yes,
speak.
the active beer. I'm actively drinking beer.
Exactly, and I'm actively sitting in my lazy boy. But this is the new one from Oscar Blues. Actually came out last year. They were taking advantage of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes, Glenn.
I like Oscar Blues as a brewery. I mean, no question.
So it looks like a beer.
Ugh, it's terrible. I don't even want a second sip. Here, Joe Sixpack.
Whoa, a drain pour. That's a first.
That's I mean, you tell me. Do you like that?
I wouldn't go so far as to pour it out. It has a lot of qualities of beer. A good aroma. It has a decent flavor. However, it's missing both body and also alcohol, which
it's
is,
thin.
you know, I'm not sure that I really want to get into it.
All right, so listen, we're both big fans of Dogfish Head. This is their Slightly Mighty Low-Cal IPA, which is, what did I say, 95 calories per 12-ounce serving. This is clearly more than that. And let me tell you about this beer. Here you go.
Well, it's
a
monk
touch
fruit.
of monk fruit
Right.
that delivers body and complexity, but adds 0 calories or carbs. Okay, what do you think?
More body than the Oscar Blues. I don't think
better.
It doesn't have quite the aroma that that Oscar Blues did,
No,
but
no.
again, you know, it's like there's no there.
Yeah. Okay, so I understand that people don't want to sit around and drink what, 300 calories in a beer,
Right,
whatever?
Yeah, on a full-bodied IPA, sure, close to 300
All right,
calories.
so they don't want to do that. People are trying to stay in shape. I get that, but I mean, the trade-off to me is you just lose any taste, any flavor.
Well, you know, they're just tapping into this whole drive for the active lifestyle consumables, I guess. But really, what's going on, I think, is seltzer. Seltzer is really, sort of bigfoot in the beer industry, and they're looking for something that can compete at that 100-calorie per serving level and still give you a little bit of a buzz, I guess, but not very much of one.
You got to drink a lot of this to get a buzz.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking somewhere in the, I don't know what the alcohol is here. It's 4%, so it is there, but I don't think we're the market for this. I think that the market is for young guys with a different kind of six-pack.
We've worked on these for a long time.
Yeah, and also I think, to be honest with you, I think a lot of women are looking for sort of a light-bodied beer like this. So
here, live it up. All right, let's get to some of the news of the day. Our old friends at York County Ale Trail are kind of getting back in business.
Yeah, we're out here in Bucks County, but there are other ale trails out there, and York County has one going that reopened after the pandemic, or as it sort of just dropped a little bit. They reopened tours at the end of October, which feature smaller groups, social distancing, and other safety measures. Really, York has got a lot going on in there, so it's a good destination if you're looking for a day trip. Bring a driver for the ride home, but it's definitely worth the ride out there.
Yeah, we enjoyed it out there. And Terrace on Tap is also up to some good things.
Yeah, our friends at Visit Philly are also got that going out on the second floor. There's a deck on the Independence Visitor Center. I used to run beer events there, including the old Opening Tap Festival, and this is a beautiful spot. It looks right down on the Independence Mall and Independence Hall. So
okay, and finally, I've done a lot of radio shows at Delaware Park Racetrack and Casino, and they're getting into the business.
Yeah, I don't know of anything locally like this. It's the 1937 brewery opening at Delaware Park. It will be, I believe, this is courtesy of Ryan Cormier, by the way, in Delaware News Journal, reporting this, that they're opening up a $1.7 million brew pub. That's really crazy expensive right there in a casino. So I think it's the first brewery in a casino in our region.
Very nice. All right, coming up next, well, I mean, the great presidents, Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt, James Madison. He doesn't often make the list, but for his support of beer alone, maybe he should. He's Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at Warwick Farm's Brewing in Bucks County. This is What's Brewing. Hey everybody, it's cold outside, and that means it's the winter beer season. Head to any Conshohocken Brewing Company location or local beer retailer for Conshohocken Brewing's seasonal lineup. We've got 2-hour delay hazy winter IPA, Mr. Robusto, a robust porter, and 2-time World Beer Cup Award winner Puddler's Row ESB. Those and our others are sure to ring the bell this winter season. That's Conshohocken Brewing Company. Cheers. Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. We're at Warwick Farm Brewing in Jamison, PA. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow. By the way, 90-plus beers, 1,000-plus breweries in 5 counties. Almost everything you need to know about the craft beer trail of Greater Philadelphia. Log on to visitphilly.com/craft beer. All right, you and I have talked about life during the pandemic, and it's a tough time to start a business, but a friend of mine, Jack Fritz, he's a producer at WIP, and his dad have decided they always wanted to start up a brewery, so they did down in Aston. It's the Four Fingers Brewing Company. He gave us some of this is their Bullpen Session IPA. It tries to be a hoppy IPA that they are putting out. Here's to you, have a pour.
Thanks.
Good stuff, good stuff. They're right down the street from Newman University, and I just like the story. Ross, who's the dad, who's probably our age, runs a dog bone and biscuit company.
Okay.
And he had room in the factory and room in it's like a 3-shop plaza in Aston. They had an open shop, and they said, we'll start a brewery.
That's a great idea. I mean, it's tough in the pandemic to start a new business, but I mean, why not?
Yeah. They're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They got food trucks coming in. The dad, when he's not making dog biscuits, makes pretzel dogs. Hopefully you get the right product and not the wrong one when you go in. I don't know. They get 3-barrel system, 10 different things on tap. And this one, as I said, it's a hoppy IPA, kind of a tribute to Harry Callis. By the way, on the side, I just want you to look, there's a little line in green, and read what it says, if you can.
Yes, keep cold, drink fresh, don't be a Mets fan.
Recycle.
Yes.
I like it. So anyway, good stuff, and good luck to these guys,
yes.
Jack Fritz and his dad, Ross. Okay, we're going to do some history. This is December, although it doesn't feel like it, but this is December 18th, 1620, Joe Sixpack. The Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. You've learned that in grade school.
I always thought it was Thanksgiving that they landed on Plymouth
Well,
Rock.
Thanksgiving used to be in December back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, they landed on Plymouth Rock. They built the settlement. They had planned to get to New York, New Amsterdam. Do you know why they stopped and decided to land?
I've heard this story, but I'm going to allow you because I think you were overly amazed by this.
They ran out of beer, and they said, we can't keep going. We see some shoreline there. By the way, I've been to Plymouth Rock. It's inhospitable.
Really?
But they landed there because they needed the beer. How about that?
I thought they just pulled over because the missus had to use the facilities.
No, that's true. Little fun fact. By the way, if they'd gone on to New Amsterdam, there were already breweries there.
Yeah, that early, yes.
Yeah.
In 1620, wow, that's amazing. So, but I do know for a fact that this is somewhat a bit of a myth.
What? No.
That it actually wasn't the Pilgrims who were worried about running out of beer. It was the crew of the ship because remember, they had to sail back to Europe and they didn't want to run out of beer on the way back. So they basically said, get off now because we're going to dump you here. And the short story here is that about half of the Pilgrims ended up dying in that first winter because they got thrown off their ship.
But they died with beer.
Yes.
Okay, December 1809, President James Madison proposed the creation of a national brewery to ensure that the country had a reliable supply of beer for the masses, and he proposed that it would be overseen by an appointed Secretary of Beer who would sit on the cabinet. Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of War back then, Secretary of State, Secretary of Beer. Good idea, bad idea?
I love this idea. It's a great idea. It would have, raised the importance of beer into a national, to a federal level in our government. And it just is a reflection of how important beer was in those early American days because, to be honest with you, we were making a lot of bad beer in the early 1800s because we didn't have good ingredients and we were essentially not drinking British beer. So coming up with a way to make great beer is a good idea.
It turns out James Madison didn't do it because of his love of beer, which is why I initially thought. He did it because he was trying to protect the domestic beer market from being undercut by tariffs, so good for that. Right. And he wanted to make beer more popular than whiskey because he felt that whiskey was a drag on families and society in general. So,
and it's interesting, that was the beginning of the temperance movement
back
at that point.
Okay. So. And as you said, we already have a Secretary of Beer in PA.
Yes, it's called the Director of the LCB.
Very good. So. Anyway, we come back, we're going to introduce Ava Graham, our pal from WIP, is going to be doing some things for the show. We're at Warwick Farm Brewing in Jamison, PA for What's Brewing.
This holiday season, where will you find yourself? Celebrating tradition or crafting your own? From awakening awe to igniting the night. Spend the holidays in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing from Warwick Farms Brewing in Jamison, PA. Just a beautiful place here. We've seen a lot of people come in and get the beer. Joe Sixpack, we always do our beer bracket, and an interesting way we've gone this year.
We went with beers that you can get really widely at pretty much any store, a supermarket, a gas station if they have it. These are sort of nationally distributed beers for the most part. Some are on the edge about being a craft beer or not. Mm-hmm. And one of the matchups we had, we got a little bit of pushback on. This matched up Blue Moon Belgian White against Leinenkugel Summer Shandy.
Yes, a lot of people said, if you're going to, I thought you're craft beer guys, I could just drink water.
It's true, it is. These are mega breweries. I mean, Blue Moon's made by Miller Coors. Leinenkugel is also made by Miller. So yeah, they are mega brews, but these are basically technically in the craft beer segment.
Don't have to argue with me. Who was the winner?
So the winner was, and it was as tight as it could possibly be, Blue Moon Belgian White, 51% to Lion Cougar Summer Shandy, 49%.
That is as close as we got. We got a lot of votes for that one.
We
too,
did. We
right?
had 700 plus votes. Kind of amazing too, because we had it was a cloudy wheat beer versus a lemonade beer.
But it's one that everybody's ever had. You know,
Yeah,
they
exactly,
tried it.
exactly.
All right, the other one matched one of my favorites,
Right.
which is Bell's Two Hearted.
Right, these were independent breweries. Bell's Two Hearted versus Sweetwater 420. No surprise, Bell's won going away on that one. It's such that Two Hearted is, many people think is the best beer made in America.
I think it's great.
The funny thing about this is that the day after the vote, Sweetwater would have had to have been disqualified because they sold out.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
To a Canadian cannabis lifestyle company. So they would have been out
Good for
anyway.
them. I think their future is going to be just fine. All right, we are delighted this year to invite our pal Ava Graham. You might know her from the WIP Morning Show. She's the daughter of Big Daddy Graham, to join our show and do some features. And Ava went to Mad Prince's Brewing in Buckingham. Let's get the report.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing outside of Mad Prince's Brewing in Buckingham, Pennsylvania, where it may be small in location, but big on taste. Let's go meet our Mad Princes inside. Royalty we are among. Now I'm with Jim and Kurt. Now, guys, why Mad Princes?
Basically, we took our name from Mad King Ludwig II of Bavaria, and our last name is Ludwig, so we decided that we were related.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And do you think that Mad King enjoyed beer?
I wouldn't be surprised. Bavarian, he better have.
Yeah, there you go, exactly. Now, you guys are in a very unique spot. How long have you been in this location brewing?
What will be open 5 years next month.
5 years next month, and I'm sure it's been a whirlwind with everything that has been going on during these times, but beer makes people happy, right? And I saw online on your website that you guys enjoy the merriment of drinking, and now if people are going to come here and enjoy one of your fine brews, well, what are we looking at? What's your specialty? What are you leaning towards?
We do a little bit of everything. We try and do some more obscure styles, but the styles that we like drinking the best and we like brewing the best are farmhouse ales. Saisons, Bière de Garde.
Very nice. I actually saw when I walked in that you had a watermelon ale, and we were briefly discussing before this, something that I absolutely love is that you said when you have the opportunity that you like to use local ingredients. Can you dive into what kind of local ingredients you guys are using in your brews?
Well, local is a relative term, I guess, but those watermelons are from Solberry, Cartersville Farm Foundation. It's a great organization. We like to, whenever we can get something from them, we will. Sometimes we will forage some of our ingredients in Pennsylvania. We use a local farmer at 100 Fruit Farms in Buckingham also for his ingredients.
Now you guys are a two-man team basically, right? You guys do all the work. Now, who's running the managing and who's doing the brewing? Where are we at on that?
Jim does most of the business end of it, but both of us do all the brewing.
Nice.
Both of us do the recipe development.
And the naming. I love the naming beers. What would you say is your favorite name you've come up with thus far?
My favorite is we have a Scottish ale that is named Bruce Wee. Enter the flagon. And we've had people come in because they saw that.
Just saw that.
Saw the name and they came in. So sometimes the name comes first and then the beer comes second.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy that. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Conniption is one of my favorites. And Ground Sloth Grog. That was another farmhouse ale made with Paw Paws that we had. They're all silly. Some of the names were just so wrong that we realized we couldn't use them.
But you know what? That's part of the fun in all of it. And
It's the most fun thing.
I just look at the names when I come in, and as somebody who likes to go to breweries and simply get something based on the name, you guys nailed me from the time I walked in. So thank you so much for chatting with me, and I hope that everybody comes and stops by Mad Prince's Brewing here in Buckingham, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much, Jim and Kurt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, Kurt brought you some things to sample, so let us know what you think. My name's Ava Graham from the Bucks County Ale Trail.
Well, that looked great, Ava, and some really interesting beers. What do you have there?
Right, we got some of the Mad Princess beer. This is a rye saison, unusual style beer. It's just a beautiful looking beer too, and it's got a little bit of sourness to it, which is authentic for the style of beer. Not too bad.
Good. This is an IPA made with pawpaw fruit. You ever have pawpaw?
I don't think I have.
Pawpaw is great. It grows kind of wild up in northern Pennsylvania. I don't know if you get it down here. I imagine you can in Bucks County. But pawpaw is kind of sweet, a little bit mango-ish. The problem with pawpaw, as I've had it, is you got to eat it fast because it doesn't last long, but it tastes good. You know what? That's nice.
Good.
That's a nice beer.
So that's Mad Princes.
Yeah.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, really. Good luck to them. And Ava, nice job. We'll be meeting Ava. We're going to bring her into the show next week, introduce her to everybody as if you don't already know her. Coming up, we are going to meet the people who run this operation here at Warwick Farms. By the way, you should follow Joe Sixpack at beer_radar on Twitter. You can follow me at Real Glen Macnow, and you can always follow the show at What's Brewing on Twitter. This is What's Brewing.
They're not just familiar faces. They're your friends and neighbors. It's their small businesses, a beating heart that makes a neighborhood a home. The places with a pick-me-up or a story that inspires, where you can share a taste of comfort with the personal touch that makes our world shine a little brighter. Support small and make a big difference. Make it local. Make it Main Street. Make it Modco.
Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing along with Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at the Warwick Farm Brewing here in Jamison, PA, joined by the head brewer here, Ryan Sees, and Paul Benzavengo. Boy, that is a great name. President of Visit Bucks County, where they got 22 breweries. We'd love to talk, but before we do, we want to drink. So,
Right.
what do I got here?
So
Ryan, what is this?
You have our double dry hop Citra Sensation. It is a hazy IPA that is exclusively hopped with Citra.
I love this. What do you got there, Joe?
This
Sixpack?
is a Helles, just Warwick Farm Brewing Helles. I got way ahead of you there, Glenn. I wanted to crack it open and take a look at it because Helles is always a nice, bright, clean looking beer. This is really, really a beautiful beer, Ryan, and you know, the mark of some real craftsmanship to brew something like this.
Thank you. Yep, 5.5%, very drinkable.
And I'm enjoying this, as a matter of fact. Hazy is definitely, if I can't see through it, I know I'm going to enjoy it. Talk a little bit about how you guys got started here. It's a really kind of fun location, easy to find. How did you guys get started?
Yeah, so I actually was playing professional baseball out with the Angels, and after I got released, my wife asked me what I wanted to do with my life, and brewing seemed to be it. So I started brewing, and our good family friends, the Tabors, we got together with them and we decided to take this project on and start our own brewery.
All right, hold on. Not many conversations start with, well, I was playing for the Angels, and then. How far did you get up the ladder?
I was in single A, yeah.
Okay.
So I played for 2 years. I was drafted in the 17th round, and
Position?
I got first base. Yeah, I played first base, switch hitter, so.
Well, good for you. I got cut from my high school JV team, so there you go. Joe?
Hey, transition from baseball to beer drinking, it may not be that big of a leap, but I'm really impressed with the, like I said, the quality of this Helles. What are some of the other varieties that you're making up here at Warwick Farm?
Yeah, so we're known for hazy IPAs, lagers, specifically Pilsner. We have some dry hop Pilsners, and then the stouts, you know, like we have the peanut butter stout there, and then Belgians. We're very passionate about Belgians, and we will have some wild fermentation stuff
Really?
coming out in the next couple months. So,
That's pretty cool. And you're doing all canning, right? You can't really find your beers in bars as much as you can find them by can.
Yeah, correct. So we're canning all on site here, and you have to come here and purchase our cans here. We do have a couple bars that we distribute to, but mostly we want customers to come here and enjoy our beer.
It
So.
totally would be a really fun afternoon to just drive up from the city to come out here.
Absolutely. It is. It's a pretty drive, and it's a nice place. Let me bring in Paul here because we've done a lot of shows along the Bucks County Ale Trail, and you guys just keep growing, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. So as you mentioned, we're up to 22 breweries. We've got another one coming online at the end of the year. So it's a great opportunity to come to the countryside. Visit the farm. You get to meet the brewer, and there's so much to see and do throughout the whole county.
Well, and so tell people about the passport, because I got one of those great T-shirts back home.
So I'm sporting right here the Ale Trail T-shirt. So there is a printed one, but it's also digital. You visit 5 of the breweries, they'll stamp it, or they'll give you the digital code, and then you send it away or send it in digitally, and then you get the free T-shirt right here. And we've had more than 3,000 T-shirt redemptions. We've seen people go back and do it again. So we encourage you, come up and again visit 5, and it's really easy to hit 5 breweries. A lot of them are so
I believe
close.
We've done it in a day, Joe Sixpack.
They're so close together. And Bucks County is pretty tall, but there's lots of pockets of breweries up and down the county.
Isn't it pretty cool though, in doing all that brewery hopping in Bucks County, the variety of beer that you can come across is pretty astounding.
For sure. Yeah, and that's where I'll let Ryan talk about the different types there is, but they're from sours to stouts to blondes. You can really find anything that fits your palate in Bucks County.
Well, this is a peanut butter chocolate stout. Now, I do know what they're growing here at Warwick Farm is peanuts, apparently, because this thing has peanut butter out the wazoo.
Yeah, we use it freshly roasted peanuts, and we threw them right into the fermenter, and then we use chocolate powder, cocoa powder in the boil, and we love how the flavor comes out. It's one of our favorite stouts.
It's a dessert beer, people, and but it'd be just the perfect thing for the holidays, I think, is a peanut butter chocolate stout.
And I know you guys plan to continue to expand by growing your own fruit, right? Making it with more fruits that you're going to be putting down here?
Yeah. So the field that we're actually sitting in is going to be hops come next spring. So we're going to have 2 acres worth of hops growing here. So we're going to grow the American varietals here, and then we do plan on putting some fruit down towards the end of the field there.
All right, let's wrap this up. Again, let's tell people how to get in touch, how to find out about the Bucks County Ale Trail.
Yeah, so you can go to visitbuckscounty.com. We're on across all social media, and the holidays is a great time to come out. The pandemic has really had an impact on the hospitality industry, so supporting local, coming up, and again, supporting the local breweries is really important. So visit buckscounty.com, and then that'll link you out to all the different breweries throughout the county.
And Ryan, give people your hours, how to find you, because it's worth the trip.
Yeah, thank you. So we do pre-ordering on Wednesdays, and then we're open Thursday 12 to 6, Friday 12 to 7, and Saturdays 10 to 3.
Terrific. Hey,
there's so much going on up here in Bucks County. Next week, we're going to be moving on to another Bucks County brewery.
We are. Next week, we are going to Free Will at Peddler's Village, which is a great place just to hang out. We're looking forward to that. And we thank you for watching. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow on What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Makers, powered by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. Download the app. By Visit Bucks County. We are open. Travel responsibly. Follow the Bucks County Ale Trail. Go to visitbuckscounty.com/ale trail to get your passport. By the Craft Beer Trail of Greater Philadelphia. 5 counties, 90+ breweries, and 1,000+ craft beers. And by Conshohocken Brewing Company, now shipping beer to all of Pennsylvania at ConchiExpress.com.